Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be installing the new 120mm shocks for this TRX, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove basically the standard shocks that came with it and try to see if I could get a higher lift kit for rock crawling. And the ones that it comes with, I believe they're 90 millimeters, so this is going to make a huge improvement as far as the ride height for this TRX. So let me go. So there we are. This is the TRX G-Wagon, I believe it is. Yeah, the G500 Mercedes. And the shocks that it come with, they're actually really good for rock crawling, but I just I prefer a higher ride height, because I'm gonna go ahead and actually convert this whole TRX into a basically one of my rock crawling challenges. So I'll be changing a servo. I'm adding a 20 kilogram servo, metal gear servo, because the ones that this comes with, they're okay, but they're not the greatest. It's got the 2075X servo, and they tend to kind of burn out sometimes. And one of the worst flaws for this truck is this little plastic servo horn that they come with. They always end up stripping. So I'm replacing that with an aluminum arm. I'm changing all the stock shocks to the 120mm, like I said before, and I removed the motor. I'm putting a DeWalt high torque motor. I'm changing that, change the servo, change the shocks. What else am I doing to this thing? Oh, here's the Metal Gear servo that I ordered. I don't know if it's a Q or a G. QYRC. It's a 25 kilogram servo. One of those high voltage, it goes up to 8.4 volts. And this thing, I've used it on my other trucks, and this thing is amazing. I mean, the torque on this thing is crazy. So let me show you what it looks like. So it comes with a little plastic horns, but I don't use those. So like I said, I'm using an aluminum one. And this is the servo, 25 kilograms. It's the high voltage servo. I also added a BEC as well that I'm using for this. That way it powers, instead of using the receiver, the ESC, I'm using voltage directly from the BEC, from the battery to the BEC to the servo. So I'm replacing that. And what else am I doing? Oh, I'm also changing the tires. I'm doing 2.2 mudslingers. I'll be doing those, and basically changing all the screws to stainless steel. And basically I'm changing the link arms over here to aluminum as well, and the drive shafts here to aluminum. So I'm upgrading everything to this TRX, so stay tuned, and I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I add the shocks. So to remove these shocks is very simple. I mean, each one, basically there's two screws that hold on the top and bottom, and what I'm using is this 2mm dynamite hex screwdriver. Here's the package that it came with, Dynamite by Horizon, and basically there's one screw in the top, and then you got one screw in the bottom for the rear. Very simple. And same goes for the front. You've got one here in the bottom, and then this one is in the side right here by the fender wall. So very simple. I do have a drill. I don't know if you see my previous videos, but I do use a drill to remove these, but I need this longer screw hex screwdriver. That way I don't have to remove the wheels. I just put it through the wheel right here, and try to align it, and then I can get to the screw in the bottom like this. So very, very simple. And that's one. Almost. Let's see. That's one screw out. I can make this thing a lowrider if I really wanted to. Let's get the top one. This one is out. And just like that, one shock is out. Alright, I won't bore you with the rest of it. I'll remove all 4 of them and then get back to you. Stay tuned. Alright, so now that I took all the shocks off, it actually looks pretty good, just like this. I mean, it's actually a lowrider now. But look at the flex on this thing. I mean, it's... You probably could get, I don't know, let's say... maybe 4, 5, 6 inches of flex on this. I mean, it does look very, very good, but like I said, I'm gonna raise it. I'm gonna put the 122 millimeter shocks on this thing, and then I'm changing the wheels. I'm adding some 2.2s mudslingers. The shocks I'm changing, like I said, the 120 millimeter. Changing the body to the truck style. I'm changing the servo. This servo usually goes out. Like I said before, I'm changing it to a 25 kilogram motor. As far as the servo horn as well, the plastic servo horn, you have to change it. That's a must. Let's see, I'm adding a motor, but from a DeWalt drill motor. I'm changing that, and what else am I doing? Oh, lights, rock lights, changing maybe the fenders. A bunch of things to it, so stay tuned, and you'll see as soon as I get this thing done. So alright, so now that I got the body off, I got the shocks off. Like I said, look at the ride height on this thing. It's gonna be incredible, adding the 122 millimeter shocks on this thing. So it should climb 10 times better than the stock. I think they're 90 millimeter shocks, but don't quote me on that. I mean, look at the flex. I mean, once I add the shocks on, it should be pretty good. So, but right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to install all stainless steel screws. I'm gonna grease all the differentials, the gearbox, the transmission, front and rear. Make this thing completely waterproof. And also, you know, rust free. So I don't want the screws to get rusty. All my original TRXs, I left the screws and they rust very, very quickly. So I'm changing the links as well. I don't know if you saw the previous. I made them all aluminum. See, this is the original stock one, and this is the stainless steel one. So I'm also changing the drive shaft on this thing, the front bumper, rear bumper. So stay tuned. I'll be doing a lot of updates to this thing, and you know, see how this thing goes. So.